Upgrading a tower in BTD6 gives you 3 choices on how you want to upgrade them. These can range from a DPS, stall, support, and more. But what upgrade paths are the best? Today, I will be joined by Person87 to discuss the best upgrade paths in BTD6.
For this top 10, we'll be looking at how useful these paths are, which include how good and efficient they are at what they do. We'll also be looking at their price and how often you actually use these paths in a normal game.
You know, there really isn't much to put in the rules. The title itself is pretty self-explanatory. But without further ado, let's get listing. When it comes to BTD6, cash is everything, and the fastest money-making tower is the top half Banana Farm. Banana Farms in general are probably the most useful tower in the game, and the top half makes it even better. Increased production and greater production are cheap, yet a great way to start farming with the more bananas per round. Banana Plantation further modifies this, and Banana Research Facility is among the best tier 4s in the game, generating 5 crates worth $300 every round. If you do the math, that's about $1,500 per round. That may not sound like much, but it quickly adds up, especially if you have multiple Banana Research Facilities. And Banana Central increases the value of the crates and makes them worth $2,800 per round, as well as increasing the value of all Banana Research Facility crates by 20%. The biggest downside to the top half Banana Farm is that it's quite expensive, thus it's mainly used in bosses. But getting this will set you up for the rest of the game.
When it comes to support upgrades, there's options such as Berserker Brew, Jungle Drum, Snowstorm, and more. The build path Glue Gunner is something that's often overlooked. For starters, Bigger Globs and Glue Splatter are mainly bought as a cross path for top or bottom path since they're both Pierce upgrades. And Glue Hose doesn't do much since it just increases attack speed, but Glue Strike is an amazing ability. It's very short but basically a global debuffer when it's down. This can become very powerful in cross path with the Burst of Blue. Glue Storm doesn't add much as it just increases the duration, but it's very cheap compared to other tier 5s, which makes it worth going for. Path Glue Gunner is very good support for what it's worth, but the biggest downside is that it's just support, and it mainly synergizes with fast attacking low damage towers. However, it can still be used as a global deleting option.
This is where you may start to disagree, but the top path Mermonkey is a staple to many runs. This path is easily the best starting strategy in the whole game. It has great pierce, attack speed, and camo detection since it's on the Mermonkey. Ninja Discipline and Sharp Shurikens are exactly what you need for early game, since they give you that speed and pierce buff. Double Shot is when it really starts to get strong with 2 shurikens, and Bloom Jitsu increases the shurikens to 5. All of this for less than $5,000 is amazing. Since it's so cheap, cross-pathing it with Seeking Shuriken and pairing it with an Alchemist fully maximizes the early game power this path has. Ironically though, the tier 5 isn't worth getting. It's decently pricey, and you only get the most out of it when paired with 20 Shinobi Ninjas, which requires a lot of planning and space. And even if you do this, it's better to use Master Bomber in this situation.
The Monkey Buccaneer is easily one of the most versatile towers in the game, as all of its paths are either good or excellent. The middle path though is quite powerful for its price. This path has received many buffs over the years and it certainly shows. Grape Shot adds additional projectiles with good pierce, and Hot Shot gives it lead popping power, along with a damage over time effect. Even if you decide going against the middle path, this is often the cross path that one might choose, especially for beginners. Cantrip has good damage and pierce for its price, and Monkey Pirates give it an ability which one-shots BFBs and below. And the tier 5 Pirate Lord allows it to hook in ZOMGs and DTs, along with the 6 total hooks. This ability isn't all the middle path has though, as Monkey Pirates and Pirate Lord give the tower some strong buffs like extra pierce, damage, and attack speed. This makes it a very good DPS tower, and the ability is there in case you're feeling lazy. Using global range towers is extremely useful for dealing with expert and multi-lane maps. Top path Monkey is the path that really excels on these type maps. It starts off simple with rapid fire and lots more darts, which increase attack speed and number of projectiles. Fighter Plane adds an attack which launches missiles which deal extra damage to Moab class balloons. It's an effective way to deal with the outer layer of Moabs. Operation Dartstorm, commonly known as ODS, shoots even more projectiles at twice the speed, which really helps with balloon heavy rounds. The missiles are also shot more often to deal with Moabs, and Sky Shredder covers the map in rapid fire darts. This is why it's such a good global range damage dealer. It makes even the hardest maps possible in chimps. However, it being a monkey ace depending on the map, micro is usually needed to get the most out of it. Thus, placement is still important since it needs to be in an area to circle above the balloon as much as it can for maximum damage. It's also around 40k, which might not be the easiest saving up for, but if you manage to get it, you'll be in for an easy game.
For being a brand new tower added to BTD6, the bottom path Mermonkey is really useful. This monk Lantis fellow basically inherits the attributes of a dead tower, the Bloon Chipper. EchoSense Precision gives it camera detection and allows the tridents to seek out balloons. EchoSense Network increases the range for itself and other EchoSense Mermonkeys in range, stacking up to 5 times. Alluring Melody makes balloons in its range circle around it for a bit, acting as a stall for other towers to attack. That's only the start of it, because Symphonic Resonance places down an object which allows Moabs and BFBs to be affected. You can also redirect the object anywhere within the Mermonkey's range. The final harmonic not only allows you to place the object anywhere, but it also now affects ZOMGs and DDTs. What makes this path so good is not just its stalling power, but its price. Symphonic Resonance is all you really need, and it's very cheap, and thus spammable. Place down a few and you'll be set. Even if you don't want to do that, the final harmonic costs no more than 30k, so it's very affordable and will make a run much easier. Here's the path that's from what I think is an underrated tower. The top path Boomerang Monkey is much more useful than some players might think. This path focuses on one thing only: Pierce. Improved rangs and glaives are just Pierce upgrades, but Glaive Ricochet allows the thrown glaives to bounce from balloon to balloon. This is not just satisfying, but a very useful early game upgrade since it's cheap and gets the job done. Multiple Object Advanced Ricochet, or more glaives, increases its attack speed and Pierce, allowing it to absolutely mow down rounds. This combined with a Village and Alchemist allows it to solo any round that doesn't have Moabs, which is arguably its biggest weakness. Lucky for us, Glaive Lord increases attack speed, Pierce, and damage to make it viable against Moabs. On top of this, it gains an aura of 3 glaives which circle around it, shredding absolutely anything nearby. This upgrade is only around 30k, so it's quite affordable. However, it can be quite map dependent since you'll only get the most out of it if it's placed on a bend of some kind. But if balloons are a problem, then here's the solution.
This path is probably the most popular stall option in the game, because bottom path glue gun are simple yet good at what it does. Stickier glue and stronger glue increase the glue's duration and slowness, but mob glue allows glue to affect mob class balloons. And you know, that's really all you need. This is a very cheap stall, yet good enough to be support in the late game. If you want to continue, then Relentless Glue makes it so that glued balloons will stun balloons around it when popped, acting as a stun on top of a stall. And Super Glue completely immobilizes low tier mobs and also puts a damage over time effect on them. It's not even that expensive either, coming in around $24,000. This makes it a very good option for late game and allows you to get other tier 5s that would benefit from the slowness that Super Glue provides. But like I've mentioned, mob glue is really all you need. Besides, there's a few better options when it comes to stalls, but this path will not disappoint you. While the bottom path glue gunner is a very popular stalling option, the bottom path beast handler earns a spot for the best stall. This path focuses on grabbing balloons and bringing them back to certain points on the track, essentially restarting their route. The Jet Falcon is a small bird that damages balloons and brings it back to where you target it. Horned Owl can pick up strong balloons and can also now see camo. The Golden Eagle is able to pick up multiple balloons at once and can even pick up mobs at max beast power. The Giant Condor does more damage and can pick up 8 beasts on top of mobs, and the Buckeye can pick up ZMGs and DTs on top of being faster and dealing extra damage. The stalling power of this path is insane. Just take a look at how it easily handles round 98. And this isn't even its full power since you can merge other bottom path beastliners to increase its strength. It's a bit expensive though since you need 4 tier 4 beastliners to get to tier 5, and if you do the math that's around $75,000. Because this price going for the upgrade may be a bit difficult, which might make cheaper stalling options more viable, but this path is worth it for its price.
what else could it be? Because the top Path Alchemist is the reason why strong towers are seen as strong. This path is a supporting path that applies buffs to nearby towers like extra attack speed, pierce, range, and damage. Larger potions doesn't do much, but acidic mixture dip is the first part to the supporting path as it gives nearby monkeys lead popping power and extra damage to ceramic and moab class balloons. Berserker Brew gives nearby monkeys an additional buff on top of acidic mixture dip. These buffs are extra range, damage, and attack speed. You could stop here, but it's really beneficial to get stronger stimulant, which makes these effects stronger on top of giving them a longer duration. And Permanent Brew makes all of these effects permanent on nearby monkeys. These buffs make towers much stronger, and BT6 arguably wouldn't be the same without the Alchemist. If you're someone who watches BT6 content, then I guarantee that you will see an Alchemist in almost every game. Its biggest downside is that it's a horrible attacking tower and Permanent Brew is often too expensive, but the earlier tiers are all you need for your game to be a walk in the park. This list wasn't actually too hard to make, since the best paths in this game, like the top Path Alchemist and bottom path Mermonkey, are obvious contenders for this list. Now I should mention that this list might be a bit outdated. I was planning on releasing this early October, but I got sick and it delayed the release of this video. A few things were changed in Update 45, however I don't consider them drastic enough to affect the list. Anyways though, a big thanks to Person87 for helping me with this list. Links to his channel will be in the description. But anyways, comment down below what you think is the best upgrade path in BTD6. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all in the next one. See ya!